Hey, hello, gang. Just wanted to connect. We have made it to the end of the semester for the LEAD 678 course, um, essentially the history of higher education in America. As you know, we always divide this course in half. You have kind of the broad overview first half of the course. That really goes through using the Thielen book, really all almost 400 years of higher education history, starting with Harvard back in 1636 and brings it to present day. That's a great book for a good broad overview, and Thielen does a great job of trying to dive into certain pieces, but sometimes you aren't able to really dive deeper into a topic area that you might have interest in within the history of higher education. So that's why we do the second half of the course using this thematic analysis, and we got it broken down into category areas that seem to be larger themes that really have had a lot of thought and experiences and issues surrounding them in higher education. So that's why we focused on athletics in higher education, the experiences of African American students in higher education, the experiences of women students in higher education. And then, as you know, the goal there was for you to choose one of those areas and then choose from a book in the list of one of those areas, and that book can be a good primer, a good connection point, kind of a launching point for you to kind of go deeper and dive deeper. And then we built the thematic analysis one, two to be able to scaffold. One was your why am I interested in this, and what are some issues that I see within post-secondary education around this topic, this theme, this area. Two, jumped deeper into that after you had already started reading the book you chose, and allowed you to get deeper context, identify deeper problems, flesh out essentially kind of which way you may be going with your final paper. And then three hopes to use one and two as some building blocks, but then you go a little bit deeper. You start explaining the deeper connection to history. And then you look at its evolution of that topic. Then you look at kind of how the past, part of this is connecting how the past connects to the present and maybe even the future. As they always, you hear the old adage of history repeats itself. Oftentimes it does. There are a lot of times we've seen in higher education issues that seem to be like, why are we dealing with retention and persistence issues so strongly at this time in America? Well, guess what? We were dealing with that from the beginning, and there's always been significant persistence issues, very low graduation rates. Heck, some people in the early years of Harvard, Yale, just took one class, got the information they needed, and moved on, used that to advance their profession. So, my gosh, their retention was horrendous in those days. So, the concepts typically swirl back around. Added layers, added complications, and added context with each one, but the core sits there. So that's why when you're getting into your theme in your area, let's try to find a way, if you can, to show how the past does connect. And then of course you're gonna get towards the end of what are some challenges to currently and upcoming for that theme within post-secondary higher education. So, um, how far have we possibly come in the experience of black students in higher education? How far have we come in the experience of female students in higher education? What are the what's the current climate? What are issues that are still strong? What are opportunities and issues that could be coming? So you're really kind of seeing what post-secondary, as an administrator, what post-secondary administration administrators will have to deal with, and be able, and the challenges and the opportunities that you can do to be more accommodating, and to, let's say, connect the value of athletics, but also highlight the egregious opportunities that exist with, whether it be NIL, whether it be coaching salaries, whether it be other components of that. So it's your job to kind of figure that kind of out within your theme, layer in research, layer in citations, have a good introduction, have good transitions, have a conclusion, and then submit that paper going forward. So I don't want you to also be totally wedded to anything that you put in Thematic 1 and Thematic 2. If you found you had an epiphany between 1 and 2 as to why you initially chose that topic, but then you kind of want a little bit different track within that theme. That's okay. I was just trying to give you one and two as a good starter component and a good way to build upon, get deeper, find different outline pieces to kind of grow that paper on. So, just wanted to connect with you on that specifically. As you're looking at your thematic analysis, as you're getting close to submitting that for the end of this semester. So that is what I want to connect with you about. As always, if you have questions, you can always email me, and we will work through and meet individually, either online or in person, to talk through any thoughts. If you need to flesh out any kind of pathways of a topic, or kind of debate one way or another, I'm always happy to connect and meet on that. So, other than that, I look forward to reading your final pieces. Bye.